Hello and welcome to chair yoga. Come to a seat and get comfortable. Make sure that your knees aren't dipping down too low or too high, that they are even. You can always tuck items underneath your feet to get your knees up if they need to be a little higher. Let's begin with some shoulder rolls. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Just see where things are today. Begin to exaggerate the roll. Bring your shoulders up a little higher, press them back as far as you can, and then slide them all the way down. Do that twice more. Exaggerated shoulder rolls. What you're doing is you're exploring the range of motion in your scapula. Those are your shoulder blades. And they can get locked up and tight, especially if you work at a computer. Reverse the circles. Roll your shoulders up. Exaggerate the shoulder roll forward, down, and then back. You'll feel your shoulder blades connect. Lift up, forward, down, and back. This can actually elevate your heart rate because you're isometrically contracting the muscles around your shoulder and upper neck. One more time, lift your shoulders up, press them back, and slide them down. Notice how your chest is slightly lifted from that motion. Tuck your chin to your chest. In a lazy way, roll your head from side to side with your eyes closed. As you roll from side to side, start to notice what you're feeling. This could be a little stickiness on one side or tightness. Where you find that stickiness, pause with eyes closed. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Exhale slowly. Just a little pause here. Tuck your chin to your chest. Gaze forward. Gaze up. Tuck your chin. And gaze up. Exaggerate the nods. Make this movement slow. And notice as you sit with a tall spine that your core is feeling like it's getting a little challenge. Body may be very used to rounding forward in your job. So sitting up tall requires a different set of muscles. Last chin tuck. Last gaze up. Stay here. Open your jaw. Stretch through your facial muscles. It looks like a silent scream. Jut your jaw forward. Close your teeth. Tilt your head back a little bit and stretch the muscles of your throat. Gaze forward. Just that little stretch is very helpful at your desk during the day. You can do that as often as you'd like. Bring your hands on your belly. And as you rest your hands, close your eyes. Inhale deeply through your nose. Your belly will press slightly into your hands. As you exhale, your belly will relax and soften. Continue belly breathing with your eyes closed. This is a powerful exercise for you. By focusing on your breathing, your brain is releasing a chemical bath that is changing your biochemistry. They're called hormones. They're the feel-good hormones. Continue breathing deeply. there's something that you feel you're carrying with you today on your shoulders, on your heart, breathe into it. And as you exhale, set it down next to you. Take another breath in. As you exhale, watch the ground dissolve the weight of what you're carrying with you today. Three more breath cycles as you inhale. Think to yourself, I am healing. As you exhale, I am whole. Do that twice more. Release, shake out your hands, take a deep breath in, and sigh it out. Visualization and breathing can do wonders for your brain. You can change actual patterns of thinking that may have a stronghold on you. Neck cars. Tuck your chin. Draw a straight line to your collarbone to the right. Tone your belly, keep your body still, and slowly lift your chin, gazing over your right shoulder. Lift, keep lifting. Think of drawing an arch. Look up. Turn your head to the left. Bring your chin over to the left shoulder, gaze over left. Tuck your chin to your collarbone. Tuck your chin to your chest. Then to the left, switching sides, over to the left. Building strength and flexibility, gaze up around all of the joints, including the joints in your neck, the cervical spine. Will help stave off injury and pain and tightness. Tuck your chin to the right. Gaze down, straight down. Let's go one more time each way, over to the right. Make the movement smooth, slow, and controlled. Remembering that you're taking your range of motion just to the edge, never to pain, just to where you feel a challenge or a stretch. Tuck your chin to your chest when you're finished. Turn your chin over to left collarbone. Press your chin over your shoulder. Very still body here. Gaze up. Where your gaze goes, your body follows. Gaze over to the right. Down to the collarbone. Down to your chest. A couple of big nods. Finishing out the neck. Gaze forward. Taking your peace fingers, clench your jaw and find the place where the muscle bulges out, right where your jaw hinges. Relax your jaw, but dig your peace fingers into your jaw and see what you find. As you dig around, you're going to find tenderness, especially if you grind your teeth or if you've been under emotional stress or pressure. Dig in and now pause and hold. You may feel some salivation. This could be quite uncomfortable. Can you breathe through it? Trigger points are little muscular contractions that don't really go away. They stay until you massage them out using pressure. A couple of rolling massage motions, one direction, and then reverse. Relax your jaw. Release, open your jaw, maybe gaze up. And gaze forward. Nice job. Bring your arms to goalpost arms with your palms facing forward. Tuck your chin, touch your elbows, touch your palms. Feel the stretch across your upper back. Inhale, open your arms. Think of squeezing your shoulder blades together, look up. Feel the stretch across your chest. Let's do that several more times. Tuck and touch. Inhale, open and squeeze. So now what you're doing, you're building strength along your upper back and you're opening up your chest, the whole chest wall, pectoralis minor and major, part of that chest wall. When the pecs get tight, they pull your shoulders down and forward. It causes a rounding appearance to your body, a C curve. When your body has the C curve, your head tilts down and forward naturally. So what this is all doing, we're breaking up that dynamic. Pressing arms back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, creating a strong upper back. Tuck your chin, tuck your chest, stretch the upper back. One more time. You may notice your heart rate has increased. That's normal. Your arms are above your heart. And it does that. Release your arms down. Holding on with the left hand to your chair. Straighten right arm out to the side, palm facing up. Raise your arm up by your ear. Tilt your body over to the left. Gaze forward, lift your chin. Feel a stretch here. Inhale, lift. Bring left arm up, touch. Bring right arm down, side bend. Stretch and reach, pausing here. Keep your seat on the chair. If it's lifting, think of gluing your sits bone down. Touch and switch. Left arm down, right arm up by your ear. Maybe tilting over just a little farther. Now getting all the tension out of the shoulder complex and into the side. Breathe into the right side of your body. You have muscles between your ribs, touch and side bend. That when they are tight, it inhibits your breathing. And using your full body cavity to breathe is part of learning how to heal. You heal from the inside out. Touch your palms above your head and side bend. It starts by breathing deeply, which changes your biochemistry. Touch and side bend. When your biochemical makeup is mostly endorphins or feel-good hormones and little or no stress hormone, things function better. Inflammation drops. Your thinking clears. Deeper breathing lights up your prefrontal cortex, the brain just behind your forehead. One more time to the side. And one more time. Right hand down, left arm up. Sit tall. Take a breath in, twisting to the right. Take a hold of the right side of your chair. Just an easy twist, going to the first edge of where you feel a stretch and nothing else. It should feel no pain, just a little stretch here. Inhale, center and over to the other side. Sometimes you can experience a little bit of cracking or popping noises as your spine adjusts. So back and forth, and what will start to happen is you'll be able to look over just a little bit more. Coming center, every time you exhale, find yourself on a different side of your chair. So this time, instead of following me, just follow your own breath. Twist when you're ready to exhale. Start to notice what you're looking at, if that's changing, if as you twist, your body is responding. One more time over to the right. And when you are done, over to the left. Nice. Lift your shoulders up, back, and down. Let's stretch the chest a little bit. Readjust yourself in your chair. Slide your hands back toward the back of the chair, grasping on to your arms, to the arms of the chair. Press your elbows together. Lean forward. And this may be plenty of a stretch for your chest, or you can grasp the chair back. Bend your elbows and lean forward. Your elbows may eventually straighten, but by bending them and trying to squeeze them together, you'll get just a little bit more of a stretch across the chest. Let your head go. Tilt your head from side to side. Slowly come up, shake that out. Sit tall, scooch a little bit forward in your chair, awakening the core just a bit. Call this marching in place. So lifting one knee up, then the other. Don't be fooled. This can really add up after a minute or two. So just marching in place. What's happening here, the muscles required to lift your leg are starting to activate. This goes through the deep core line and especially a muscle called psoas. So here, awakening the psoas is a phrase we use in the yoga world, and it helps with balance. When the psoas has been stimulated through movement, balance is often improved. So a couple more marches in place. If you're coming up a little higher because you've got just active energy, go for it as high as you'd like. And release. Shake it out, shake your feet out. Come to standing. Come to standing. I'm removing my chair from my space, but you keep yours where it is. So once you are standing, repeating that same sequence. Inhale, raise your left arm, arm by your ear, side bend. Inhale, lift, touch your hands together, and then side bend. Let's keep going. Every time you inhale, touch your palms. Every time you exhale, side bend. And this could look different than what you see on the screen. It just depends on your breathing pattern. So you are oxygenating your body, you're challenging your cardiovascular system with your arms above your head, and you're giving yourself more breathing room. You're also stretching your spine side to side. It likes to do that. It needs to do that. One more time each side. Standing tall, interlace your hands above your head, right up to the webbing. You can rest your hands on top of your head and press your elbows back a couple times. See how shoulders are? If you'd like to go a little deeper, slide your hands behind your head. Do the same, press your elbows back a few times. Think of using the muscles between your shoulders and behind your shoulder blades. Stay here. Sliding your right bicep by your ear. If it's too much for shoulders, bring your hand on top. Otherwise, keep your arm behind your head. Lift your chin, side bend. Again, if it's too much for shoulders, just bring your arm on top or even in front of you. Lift your chin a little bit and come center. Arms either in front, on top, or behind. Slide your left bicep by your ear. Squeeze your fingers together and side bend. So now getting into more intensity, lift your chin through the triceps, through the shoulder complex. Coming up center, open your arms to goalposts. Tuck your chin, touch your elbows, touch your palms, tuck your tailbone. So create a C curve in your spine, tuck your tail. Inhale, open up. Press your arms back, lift your tailbone, look up. This is standing cat-cow. Now you're moving your spine front to back. Tuck everything, chin and tailbone. Inhale, lift your tailbone, lift your gaze, press your arms back. Exhale, tuck and touch. Inhale, lift and lift. Twice more. Spread your fingers wide to stretch your palms one more time. And release. That should feel great. That should feel like a great break, letting your arms go down. Bring your arms out to a T. If there's not enough space in your place, back to goalposts. Keep your feet centered and pressing down. Twist to the right. Inhale, center. Twist to the left. If space allows, open your arms to a T and twist. Back to center and twist. So this is a challenge for core. This is also a challenge for your brain. Your feet are stuck in one place, but everything else is moving in the lateral plane. So your brain's lighting up, trying to figure out balance, because normally this is not stuff you would do in your day-to-day routine. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. Challenge, raise your arms up, biceps by your ear. If you need a break, take it. Bend your knees and straighten your knees. Bend and straighten. Keep your feet on the ground, your heels rooted down. You'll feel a stretch through your calf muscles. Keep your knees bent and stay here. This is called chair pose. Reach your arms forward. So take the stress off your shoulders. Reaching arms forward, think of lifting just your right heel and just your left, right, and left. Back and forth a couple times. This is challenging your balance. Bring both heels down and think of lifting both heels up off the ground about a 1/4 inch, not too far. This is knee strengthening. Reaching forward, lift your heels, pause, drop your heels. Adding on, lift your heels, raise your arms, drop your heels, drop your arms. Let's do that 3 more times. Lift both, balance, drop both. Sink in. Lift, hold, drop, and reach. Lift, hold, and stay here. Drop your heels down. Reach forward, reach down, forward fold. Dangle here. Rest your belly right on your thighs. Shake your head no and yes. Let all the tension out of your head. Looking at your shins or your feet. Arms just dangling in the air, and slowly roll up. Slowly roll up. Head comes up last. Raise your arms up. Lift up on your toes. Exhale, lower your heels, forward fold. This is called drinking bird. Reach behind you, reach arms behind you like you're diving off a cliff. Inhale, slowly reach forward. Stand up high in your tippy toes. Exhale, drop your heels, reach forward and down. This kind of movement is amazing for your cardiovascular system. You're pumping blood through your body. This is Also very helpful for changing your mood, changing your thinking about yourself. Sometimes seeds are planted that you don't even realize are there until you start looking at them. It's time to weed the garden and allow things that support you and uplift you to bloom. Checking out the weeds and getting out your protective gloves, ripping those things out of your mind. Exhale. One more time, drinking bird. Reach up and release. Pause here. Let your body resettle. This is a lot of cardio. Practicing downward facing dog on the chair. This will be great for neck. So taking the pressure off your cervical spine, facing your chair, grasp onto the arms and step away. Let your head hang. So this is first step. Your neck dangle. And if you feel like you'd like to go down a little bit more, step closer to the chair and bring your forearms on the chair seat. Press your palms together, let your head go. You'll be looking between your legs. Swivel your head, nod your head. You're taking a lot of pressure. Your head weighs between 10 and 12 pounds. So just taking a moment here to let all of the tension out of neck, shoulders, and adding the breathing is going to help you feed your brain. At any time you feel worried or you can't get out of your own head, going upside down is a wonderful trick. Your brain thinks it's on a trip and it starts to light up, get excited, and release those wonderful feel-good hormones, suppressing stress hormone. You're just changing your viewpoint physically. Lift your gaze, walk your hands onto the chair, grasp onto the arms, stretching your hamstrings, bend your knees, walk your feet in so that everything's in alignment, hips, knees, and ankles. Bend your knees as much as you need. Maybe stretch and straighten your legs. As far down as you'd like to go, you can bring your forearms on the chair. Taking care to never overstretch the hamstrings. They like things done gently. Some of you may wish to bring your forearms on the chair itself, let your head hang. So straighter legs, feet are closer in. You'll feel a stretch down the backs of your legs. Always mindful. Coming back up from the stretch. Walk a little closer. Get your right foot onto the chair with your toes pointing forward. Putting everything together. Grasp onto the left arm of your chair. Raise your right arm out to the side a couple times. The next time you raise your arm, look at your arm and lower it. Lift it, look at it, reach up a little higher and lower. One more time, look, lift, reach for the ceiling, lift your chest. This is a twist. It's helping to open up the outside of your right hip. Looking forward, grasp on to both arms. Wiggle your foot forward and straighten and bend your knee a couple times. So you'll notice your toes are pointing up. If you have to scooch away from the chair because of long legs, wiggle your foot back. Now, staying with the straight leg, press into the arms of the chair, never forcing, as straight as you feel comfortable. There can be a soft knee bend. Using your hands on the arms of the chair, turn your body slightly to the right. Press your right heel into the seat. You will feel a lot going up the side of your leg. This is the IT band. Knees and hips can be prisoner of a tight IT band. Using the chair arms, continue looking over to the right. Your chest will be over your thigh, maybe just beyond. Toes are still pointing up. Looking forward, bend your knee and then release, shake it out. Coming to second side, get your left foot onto the chair. Holding on to the right chair of the arm, lift your left arm up, out to the side, just look down and lower. A couple more times, left arm out to the side. The next time you raise your left arm, take a glance at it and lower it. Do that a few more times. Your body will respond quickly. You'll find that you can look up another couple of inches every time you reach. The next time you look up, lift your arm up to the ceiling, reach for the ceiling, holding the twist. Look down, grasp onto both arms. Wiggle your foot forward, bend and straighten your knee a couple times. Make this gentle, make this easy, so compassionate towards your body. Your body has brought you here to this space and time. And we tend to beat our bodies up for sure. Holding on to both arms, flex your ankle, toes pointing up. Keep your leg where it is, but gently twist your body to the left. You'll feel that immediately. Of course, if there's any pain, always back off, but you will feel uncomfortable in this stretch. IT band is sort of sneaky. We never really know it's tight until coming to things like this. Keep deeply breathing. And turning your body, slide your foot towards you, step down, and take a seat at your chair. Ending with a couple of hand movements from Mayo Clinic. Bring your palms together. Bring your thumbs to your heart. Slide your thumbs down. So slowly. Keep your palms pressed together, the heels of your hands pressed together. You may not come down very far, especially if you've had carpal tunnel. This is a good stretch. Relax your shoulders. Turn your fingertips toward the front. Turn your fingertips down. Relax your shoulders. Now bring your hands up. Press the heels of your hands together. Notice if your fingers are bowing out, think about pressing them together. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Take your left hand, take your right thumb on your wrist and press up. Roll your hand around as you press up. This is really nice for placing your wrist in traction. And then reverse, taking left hand to right. You may hear some popping and crackling. Shake it out. And that is your chair yoga for today. Thank you for joining.